Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today is Saturday, March the 23rd. 8 games on today's schedule. I got 3 picks for you guys today. 2 side bets and 1 player prop bet. We're going to get to those picks in just a moment. First, let's do a quick recap from yesterday. We went 1-1 on our plays. We split. We hit the Thunder with the minus 16, laying that big number on the road. They won by 20-21, I think, against the Raptors. We dropped our second play against the Spurs. We had the Spurs with the minus 6. They lost straight up to the Memphis Grizzlies. I know it was a garbage game overall, guys. I played the number in that spot. It just didn't work. We split. No harm, no foul. Today, 3 picks, like I said, some pretty interesting games overall. Let's check out the action, guys, see if we can make some money on this Saturday. Let's go. All right, our first pick of the day is going to come in the game between the Brooklyn Nets and the New York Knicks. The Nets are on a 5-game losing streak. They're currently 11th in the East, 4.5 games behind the Atlanta Hawks for the last play-in spot. Mathematically, guys, still alive, can still chase and get a play-in spot, but time's going to run out on them, guys. There's only, 12 games left in the regular season. Probably by the end of this week, they'll be eliminated officially from the playoffs. No new injuries for Brooklyn. They're going to be coming to this game at full strength. They're coming off a 7-point loss to the Bucks. They played pretty decent in that game overall. A very inconsistent group, guys. Brooklyn, they do have firepower. They do have the personnel to get the job done on any given night against any team. Tonight, no new injuries. The New York Knicks, they are coming back from a very successful West Coast trip. They went 3-1 on that trip. They just dropped the last one against the Denver Nuggets. Last game of a trip, guys. Always a tough spot. And tonight, guys, New York with just 1 day off, they're going to have an early game today. It's a very, very bad spot for New York, guys. Of course, they're the favorites, the ultimate favorites in this ball game. Plus, they have motivation because they're in a fight. They're currently in 5th place in the East, a half game behind the Orlando Magic. 4th spot, guys, will give home court advantage for the first round of the playoffs. I'm sure that the Knicks are very interested in that spot. But this is bad scheduling, guys, for New York. Like I said, back from a 4-game trip out west. They got used to the time zone over there. It's the time zone now. It's an early game. This is why, guys, I'm going to take Brooklyn here plus the points, the plus 7.5. I think they can keep this competitive, even though, like I said, Brooklyn very inconsistent. You never know what you're going to get. But this is a spot that I really like betting on, fading a team coming back from a road trip, especially, guys, from a different time zone with just 1 day rest and an early game. Not a good spot. I'm going to take Brooklyn here plus the points with my first pick of the day. All right, our second pick of the night is going to come in the game between the Hornets and the Atlanta Hawks. The Hornets just 1 win in their last 5, obviously on a downtrend, not playing for anything, 17-52 on the year. Plus, guys, struggling to put the ball in the basket in their last 3 games, 3-game losing streak, just put up 96, 98, 92 points, failed to score in triple digits. They do have a bunch of injuries. The coach, Coach Clifford, spreading out the minutes. Charlotte just playing out the rest of the regular season. Nothing pretty much to play for. No need to tank either because they're in no man's land in the standings. They are 5.5 games ahead of Washington and 4.5 games behind the Raptors. So they can't move up or they can't move down. They're pretty much guaranteed to finish where they are right now. The Atlanta Hawks want to win in their last 5. The team is currently in 10th place, 4.5 game lead over the Brooklyn Nets, like we talked about earlier, and they're 2.5 games behind the Chicago Bulls. This is going to be the first game back from an East Coast trip. Very similar to the previous game that we talked about, guys. Atlanta coming back from a West Coast trip. First game back with just 1 day rest. The only difference between them and the Knicks is the Knicks do have motivation. Atlanta, not much motivation to get a W. If they lose this game, nothing will really change for them. 8.5 point favorites. I can't lay this number, guys, in this spot. I'm going to take the Charlotte Hornets here. Plus 8.5 with my second pick of the night. All right, third and final pick of the night is going to come in the game between the Phoenix Suns and the San Antonio Spurs. It's not going to be a side bet here, guys. I can't lay 10 with Phoenix. I'm still not confident enough to pull the trigger on them to win double digits against San Antonio, even though the Spurs are on the second night of back-to-back coming off a loss to the Memphis Grizzlies. Phoenix does look like the logical play here, but like I said, guys, against the spread, they're not that great, and I can't lay this number. This is why I'm going to go with a player prop bet here. I'm going to take Devin Booker over the 25.5 points. San Antonio actually leads the season series 2-0. They played a little home-and-home series against Phoenix very early on in the season. San Antonio won both of those games. Devin Booker played in one of them. He put up 31, had 13 assists, had a huge game there. Looks like he can have another big night tonight. In the last game, guys, against Atlanta, he put up 30. So it looks like he's kind of finding a bit of a groove. I'm going to take Booker here over the 25.5 points. Player prop bet with my third bet of the night. And these are my thoughts on my 3 picks for today. Quick recap, guys. Going to take the Brooklyn Nets plus a 7.5. Pretty much a fade of New York. The scheduling, not good. Like I said, coming back from a West Coast trip with just 1 day off. Coming from the time zone difference, guys, plus a matinee game, not a good spot. Going to take Brooklyn plus the points. Also going to take Charlotte plus the points. Similar spot here. Atlanta coming back from a West Coast trip with just 1 day off. Both teams not really, no motivation in this game. Anything could happen, so I'm going to take the points there with Charlotte. And I'm also going to take Devin Booker over the number, a player prop bet. Like I said, the only time that he's played against San Antonio had a big game, 31 points, 13 assists. He had 30 in the last game, seems to have found a groove. I'm going to take Devin Booker over the 25.5 points. These are going to be my 3 picks for today, guys. And with that, I'm going to wrap up the video right here. I'm going to wish you all good luck on your plays, and I will see you again in tomorrow's video, guys. Have a good one. Later.